What's a song you love from a genre you don't? Not a rap fan, but It Was a Good Day by Ice Cube is just too good. Not sure your preferred genres, but the original sample used for the beat in that song is called Footsteps in the Dark by the ALBIS brothers. I'd call it a soul type song, so it may or may not be up your alley. If it is, I recommend listening to the rest of ALBIS brothers discography. It's excellent. Regardless, It Was a Good Day is a great song. Rasputin, Boney M and a lot of ABBA songs. I'm more of a classic rock hair metal person, but ABBA has some killer songs. And I like Boney M cause of their Just Dance game. I requested about a goth club I visited, and watching a bunch of black-clad, corseted, pierced, spike-coated goths go absolutely berserk with excitement over ABBA was a spiritual experience. Soul Meets Body by Death Cab for Cutie. 14-year-old me lives for this song. Warren G. Regulate. I like hard rock / metal, but I really like Regulate. Not a metal guy, but I like War Pigs. War Pigs is one of my favorite songs, it's incredible. The Devil Went Down to Georgia. I think country is a terrible genre with exceptional exceptions. I'm not a big country fan, but I'll stop and listen to most any song by Dolly Parton. I don't like country either, but holy hell can. That lady can sing. Mr. Sandman by the Chordettes. Maybe my mean side kicking in. Mr. Sandman, man mere sand. I'm a man of constant sorrow, Soggy Bottom Boys, a country song. Country isn't awful, I just don't listen to it much. Edit. Damn, I've never gotten this many upvotes. I'd like to thank my mum for pushing me out, and my dad for giving me such great music taste. Also thanks, I didn't know it was bluegrass, which according to Yaus may or may not be a part of country anyway. IDK not American and I've never seen the film. Omastfj I got a silver. I feel so validated, thank you. We thought you was a toad. I usually only listen to punk / hard rock / rock etc, but for some reason really enjoy listening to Troye Sivan from time to time. Even bought his CD. Blue Neighborhood is a 10/10ths album. Boy Division, My Chemical Romance. I'm not really into MCR, but I like this one. As a hardcore MCR fan, glad to hear it when people actually acknowledge the fifth album exists. I love how everyone hates country, but has one country song they love. I'll jam out to most 90s country, but I couldn't tell you if that's because I like it, or because it's what was my parents' radio growing up, except Alan Jackson. That's good shit. Don't really care for boy bands, but I want it. That way is great. Tell my why. Bulletproof by Laru. I didn't know my answer, then I read this. Waterman from Salt and Pepper. Shoot, there's my shit. Forgot about Dre, Dr. Dre and Eminem. Electric Avenue from whatever the fuck genre that is. Reggae influenced pop. http www.192.10.0.230colon80/music/comment/EU 90xk/Eddie_Electric_Avenue_rock/ I was in 4th grade when this came out. We used to change the lyrics to "We are gonna walk down to Mart to buy some shoes. They only cost $1." Ring of Fire, Johnny Cash, and I intensely dislike country music, but I love this song. For the longest time I said I hated country, but would make an exception for Johnny Cash. Then I added Silly Nelson to the exception list. Then Dolly Parton. Then I eventually admitted that modern country is trash and I did in fact like country. Just good country. But Johnny Cash was what made me look for good country. The Gambler, Kenny Rogers. May he rest in peace. Most of Kenny's songs are very similar. Give Lucille, Reuben James and Coward of the County a listen. Very similar types of songs. I Write Sins Not Tragedies by Panic at the Disco. Goddamn, Panic at the Disco had one of the best fucking debut albums I've ever heard. Every song on A Fever You Can't Sweat Out was gold. And they were so young too. Just a lot of amazing talent wrapped up into one 13-track album. Guess I know what I'm listening to tomorrow. I wear my sunglasses at night. I'm normally a strictly metal fan, Don't really like 80s synthwave. Chris Stapleton, Tennessee whiskey. Don't normally like country music, but this man has some serious soul. I tell myself that this song is more blues than country. It makes me feel better that way. Ophelia by the Lumineers. I mostly listen to metal. You'd probably like Angela by them too. Oh man, I just thought of another one. This Kiss by Faith Hill came on the radio right after my first kiss with my first serious girlfriend in high school in the 90s. Still makes me a little misty-eyed with nostalgia. That song, and from the same time frame Kiss Me by Sixpence None the Richer are huge nostalgia trips. I could listen to Miley Cyrus's cover of Jolene all day, and I'm usually a metal guy. Dolly Parton is her godmother. I love listening to the two versions back to back and hearing a bit of Dolly's influence in Miley's voice. I'm a metalhead, but goddammit Lady Gaga has some fire songs. Poker Face is my jam. Fellow metalhead, and I absolutely love Lady Gaga. I also really love Adele and Lana Del Rey. They all just have really powerful voices and a truck full of talent. I also really love big metal voices like Bruce Dickinson, Rob Halford, Matthias Blad, Roddy Walker, and Matt Barlow. I think that has something to do with it. I Go Back by Kenny Chesney. Nostalgia is a powerful feeling, and that song hits hard with it. The Good Stuff by Kenny Chesney. Trust me, you'll like it. Fuel by Metallica is just too badass to resist. Jim Fu, Jim Fi, Jim Jabba Dabbers at OOOH. Sweet Nothing, Calvin Harris and Florence Welch. Starboy by The Weeknd. The Weeknd always makes me feel so poor, but man does he make it sound good. I Want It That Way by the Backstreet Boys. It's embarrassing really. Don't be embarrassed, that song's a banger. I'm a diehard metalhead, have been since the 80s, when I was old enough to start listening to my own music. Two songs I really dig for whatever reason that is completely atypical. God, I can't believe I'm about to admit this. Bop by Hanson, Ooh La La by Goldfrapp. Metal/rock/rap guy here. I like Toxic by Britney Spears and Applause by Lady Gaga. I have almost no desire to listen to Drake, but I like Passion Fruit. Not a huge Drake fan either outside of a few songs, but Passion Fruit and Hold On, We Are Going Home are two solid singles. I like when he leans more into deep house and R&B. It just seems to suit him more in my opinion. Boulevard of Broken Dreams, Green Day. Mine is Jesus of Suburbia. I can't really get into Green Day, but there's something about that marathon song that just sticks with me. Not a country fan, but Chattahoochee by Alan Jackson is awesome. Spelled it wrong I know. You were close *CHATTAHOOCHEE. There are two types of country music. Older country music with several songs that I really enjoy, but most of them I don't care for. And new country music which I hate most of it. Except for God Gave Me You by Blake Shelton. Neon Moon by Brooks and Dunn. I absolutely despise most country music, but out of the few I like that one takes the crown. I can play my Moreira at top volume on repeat a dozen times. Friends in Low Places by Garth Brooks. At least I think that's the name of the song. I really don't like country music. Really don't like it, but this song makes me nostalgic for people and places I don't even know. This shit sets off every redneck wedding reception. It gets so hype. Sweet Child of Mine. How did Guns N' Roses pull this one out? Do yourself a favor and check out Patience. http://v4p6fzc. Any Song on Golden Hour by Cassie Musgraves. Golden Hour is a great album. Definitely one of the best country albums I've heard in a long time. Country Roads, John Denver. I don't even think I've ever liked another country song, unless Johnny B. Good counts. Johnny B. Good is rock and roll. Don't like Grudge, but Alive by Pearl Jam is a banger. I really don't like the genre, but even Flow of Pearl Jam is a music I can't not love. Its lyrics touched me the first time I heard, and the whole music is just so good. Helena, My Chemical Romance. I'm a massive hip hop / R&B fan, so so I'm still confused as to why I have always loved this song. Lady Antebellum, Need You Now. I'm not at all a fan of country, and I know by some standards, this wouldn't be considered that, but I like it just the same. Drinkin' Problem, Midland, http://youtube.com/watch?v=G7 F6 to Lu. Listen to Mr. Lonely. That song is bangin'. I don't like pop music, but I like somebody that I used to know. I hate country, but anytime someone plays Neon Moon I can't help but sing along. I like Boot Scootin' Boogie. Satisfaction, Benny Benassi. I don't particularly like electronic music, but it's a fucking classic. Milkshake Kellis. That beat is hard to shake. I don't like country music, but I like some of the most iconic country music. Thank the last 40 years of country music for that. Never been a big fan of country music, but I really like Smoke a Little Smoke by Eric Church. Jump Around by House of Pain. Anything by Shania Twain. That don't impress me much. Woe This Do by Rammstein. Do I get bonus points for it being a language I don't understand? Listen to Ich Tut Die Weh by Rammstein and watch the video. Amazing song, and Woe This Do is amazing as well. And Resembrit and the piano version of Mean Hurts Brent. Anything by Rammstein, really. All of it. ALLL. Of it. White Liar Miranda Lambert, not a country fan, but that song hits hard. I Will Survive. Disco sucks, except when it's awesome. Wagon Wheel. Listen to Old Crow Medicine Show's version. Jolene Dolly Parton. Rock and metal fan here. I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with country music. The stuff on the radio is garbage, but much like rock and metal itself, the best stuff are the ones you're not going to find on radio. The same could be said for most genres of music. That being said, I've liked a lot of Sturgill Simpson's stuff. Marty Robbins' stuff is pee cool. IOBB got into him through the gun, but a lot of his stuff is interesting. Side note, all the best songs I've heard haven't been on the usual radio stations once, most likely. Country Roads Dead as Slaps. Yeah, people have known that for 48 years now. Intense hatred for country, but God I love me some Johnny Cash. Here Kitty Kitty by Joe Exotic. I hate country music, but this song just calms my soul. Press F for Carol's husband that she killed. Honestly, a lot of Kanye West stuff. Don't like him much, but he is extremely talented. I remember watching an interview with Bruce Springsteen, when he was asked something like, "Is there a musical artist whose talent you envy?" And his response was, "Can I?" Floored me. Then got some exposure to KW stuff and understood some of his work is amazing. I love No Church in the World, his collaboration with Frank Ocean and Jay-Z for starters. Boot Scootin' Boogie. I don't know why I like that song so much,